Okay, welcome to one and all. Today we are discussing about interplay of classes and objects. Second one is identify the classes and objects. Okay, first one interplay of classes and objects. So, what is the relation between classes and objects? The classes and objects are separate and related concepts. Specifically, every object is the instant of class, and every class has zero or more instants. For example, class, the class account is one class and it has some attributes that is number, balance, and two operations deposit and withdraw. The instant of class account is first instant, suppose number 504, balance $19. So it is the instant of one class is instant one. It is object one is instance. It is number and balance, and it performing some operations that is deposit and withdraw. So same the class has the another instant of an instant, that is object 2 is instant 2, that is the instant 2 means object 2, that is the object 2 has some attributes that is number and balance, and next one number and balance. Suppose the third object has some attributes that is number, it is account number 36 and balance. So the class and object is related, and the each object is an instant of some class. Suppose every class has zero or more instants. Suppose some classes has no objects, just you are defining. But if you are creating any objects, it creates objects. Suppose you are not creating any objects, just it has zero instants. So we are creating one or two or three any instants. So for practically all applications, that is the all applications means suppose it's the library management system or either banking system or ATM system, the classes are static. So therefore, there exists a semantics and relationships are fixed prior to execution of the program. So the every application has exists some semantics. That is semantics and relationship are fixed prior to the execution. Before execution of any programming, that is, it must be there are different types of objects. And suppose in library management system, library is one object, and member membership, that is members and students faculty is one object, and book is one object, and transactions is one object. That is there are some proper relationships, and all classes are static. That is similarly the classes of most of the objects is static, means that once an object is created, it can this class is fixed. Suppose if any object is created, suppose librarian, you are creating librarian as one object, it has fixed, that is librarian has some name, father name, you cannot change the name and father name. Same suppose in class, suppose in member record, that is member record means student or faculty. Suppose we are creating one member record, that is student, the student has fixed name and father name and account number and branch. So if once you are creating any objects, its class is fixed. However, the objects are typically created and destroyed during the lifetime of application. Suppose you are creating any objects, you are creating any objects after completion of the application, it is the object is destroyed. Suppose in Java language, you are using constructor destructors, that is the constructor and destructors. After completion of the application, the object is destroyed. So for example, the consider classes and objects in implementation of traffic control, that is air traffic controlling system. Some of the more important abstractions includes in air traffic control system is planes, flight planes, and runways and airspaces. That is, these are the abstractions. That is, these are the abstractions means these are the classes include in air traffic controlling system. So by verifying the definitions, the meaning of the classes of objects is relatively static. That is, meaning means flight is static, runway static, airspace is static. The airspaces cannot be changes, runway cannot be changes. And next one is planes. That is, planes cannot be changes. by verifying the definitions, all the objects are static. They must be static forever. For otherwise, once you can build the application, it is once you build the application of traffic control system, you must know the knowledge of the some common sense facts, as planes can be take off and plane can be fly and planes can be land, and two planes should not be occupy the same space at the same time. So after build the application, it is supposed to build the any application, you know the operations, what are the actual operations performed in the system. Suppose in plane system you are performing, planes can be take off and planes can be take off and planes can be fly and landing, and two planes should not be occupy the same space at the same time. So by the instance, that is the instance of the classes is dynamic, that is sometimes your classes is as a dynamic at a fairly rate. New runways are built, old one is deactivated. Here new runway is one class and old runway is one class. Suppose if the new class is activated automatically, old class is old runway is deactivated. So here the classes are dynamic. That is dynamic means, suppose if you are building any new class, that is new class or the variables, new class are the variables in the classes, that is the variables in the classes are changes. These classes are dynamic. Suppose the new flight planes are filed and old one fade away. So with great frequency, new planes enter into particular airspace, old one can be leave. So sometimes, that is sometimes the classes are dynamic, sometimes the classes are static based on the application. It is based on the applications. Sometimes the classes are static, it cannot be changed overall the application. Suppose in sometimes the classes are dynamics, it can be changed over the time. So the the relationship between the classes and objects is, uh, the every object has instant of one class, that's all. So some classes are static and some classes are dynamic based on the application and based on the operations performed by the particular system. That is the classes are static and sometimes the classes are dynamic. Next one, the role of classes and objects in analysis and design. During, suppose for developing any system, it is first to, for developing any system, first to perform the analysis, that is what is meant by an application, what are the operations perform the application. Next, after analyzing, you are designing the particular applications. So first you are performing analysis, that is after analyzing, next you are designing system. During the analysis and earlier stage of design, the developer performing two primary tasks. This first one is identify the classes and objects that that form of vocabulary of problem domain. So vocabulary means the terminology used in particular application. It is problem domain. Problem domain means particular application. It is problem domain means such as problem for library management system. So vocabulary means the terminologies used in particular application. Suppose the terminology used in library management system is librarian, member record and book and transactions and bills. Suppose in banking system, the vocabulary is different. That is, suppose you are using problem domain as a banking, it is banking management system. In banking management system, the vocabulary is different. So vocabulary means the terminology used. That is, the terminologies are the classes and objects used in banking system is different. Suppose bank, and next one is customer, and next one is account, and type of accounts and ATM transactions. So first we are identify the classes and objects that form of vocabulary of the problem domains. Invent the structure whereby the set of objects is working together to provide the behavior that satisfy the requirements of the problem. So after identifying, that is after identify the objects and classes, if, performing, that is you are performing or some communication between the objects. That is, after identifying the object and classes, we are finding the structure of set of objects. That is, structure means how the one object is communicated with another object. That is, for satisfying the all the requirements of the problem. So for example, it is in library management system. Suppose to establish the library management system, first we have identify the classes and objects. That is, first one, book, librarian, transaction, and member record and bill. After identify the classes, you are establish the structure. That is the structure of the system. That is, structure means books. That is, the book request by memberships, and the book issued by librarian, and librarian create transaction. After completion of transaction, we are create a bill, and bill created by librarian. That is, after creating the transaction, the bill created by the librarian. The bill pay, it is the bill pay by the member recorder. So first you are identify the classes. After identifying the classes, you are find the structure of the system. It is, structure of the system is what are the communication. It is, what are the communication between the different classes present in the particular system. So you are using library management system. In library management system, the communication, one communication to another. It is, book is one class, librarian is one class. The communication, it is, the communication means the message passing from one object, one classes to another class. So next one, the quality of classes and objects. That is, the quality of classes and objects with the object-oriented programming developments. The classes and objects that make up key abstraction of the system. It is, the key abstractions of the system, and framework is provided by its mechanisms. So to build the quality classes and objects, first you are find the abstractions. That is, the key abstractions of the systems. That is, key abstractions means what are the functionality of the system and who performing the operations. That is, key abstractions of the system. It is, the suppose in library management system, the main abstractions is issue the book and return the book. That is, issue the book and return the book. Who perform the issue the book and operations? That is, issue the book by a librarian and return the book by the students. So first we are finding the abstractions. That is, abstractions, that is a librarian, next to book, and member recorder. So to perform all these operations, we are having another class is, that is, transaction. So first to identify the key abstractions, that is, key abstractions of the system, and provide framework by its mechanisms. Next, the measuring the quality of abstractions. That is, the quality of abstraction. Suppose you are identify the quality, there are four meaningful metrics. That is, the four meaningful metrics to identify the quality of abstractions. First one is coupling. That is, the coupling measuring the strength of association established by connecting one module to another module. That is, the strength of association. That is, the strength of association means the strength of relationship. That is, the strength of relation. Association is one type of relationship. So we are measuring the strength of association established by connecting one module to another module. So every module is represent one abstraction. Next one is cohesion. That is, the cohesion measures the degree of connectivity among the elements of single modules. The degree of connectivity means, so the every element, every object, that is, every object is connected to one or more objects. That is, here degree means the number of objects. That is, the number of classes connected to number of classes. That is, one class is connected to two or more classes, or one object is connected to only one class. One object is connected to only five objects. That is degree. That is, the degree of connectivity among the element in a single module. Next one is sufficiency. It is, the sufficiency you means that the class or module captures the enough characteristics of an abstraction to permit meaningful and efficient interaction. Suppose the every class, that is, the every class captures the enough characteristics of abstractions. Suppose every abstraction, that is, the every class has some attributes. That is, every class has some attributes to represent the particular attributes. Suppose in a banking system, to represent the accounts, the account, that is, the account has some meaningful characteristics, that is, account number, IFSC code, branch, bank name. So every account has these four characteristics, that is, it has enough characteristics, that is, without any bank name or without IFSC code, without account number, you cannot transfer, that is, you cannot transfer the amount. So for every class, that is, the every class has sufficient characteristics for representation of total abstraction. Next one, completeness, that is, the completeness means you mean that the interface of the classes and modules captures all meaningful characteristics of abstraction. So suppose if any one class is interface with another class, it must to be provide meaningful characteristics of abstraction. Suppose account, that is, if you have only account class, so account can be operated by the customer, at the same time the account maintained by the bank. So the account class has the meaningful interface with, that is, the has interface with the bank, at the same time customer. So it is completeness, that is, the completeness means the every class and module captures all meaningful characteristics of abstraction, that is, all meaningful means the class must be interface with particular classes, okay, the required classes, that is completeness. So the meaningful the measuring of quality of extractions by using four metrics. First one is coupling, second one is cohesion, third one is sufficiency, and fourth one is completeness. Next one, choosing the operations, that is, the what are the operations performed by the particular system. So to find the operations, that is, to find the operations, the designer, that is, the designer divide the system into modules, that is, divide into fragmentations, and fragmentations against divide into modules, that is, suppose you are so sorry for the disturbance. So we are choosing the operations, that is, choosing the operations means first the system divide into different modules, the every module performing some operations. So based on the some criteria, we are divide the system into different modules. First one is reusability. It is reusability means the behavior be most useful more than one context. Suppose account used in bank, account used for ATM, and account used for customer. So here the account is one module or one class. It must be useful, that is reusable in different situations. That is, the account is useful for bank, and same the account used for ATM, the account used for customer. Next one, complexity. It is the complex means how difficult is it to implement the behavior. It is how the behavior, it is how the difficulty is implemented in the behavior. Next, applicability. It is how the relevant is behavior is type is to type which might be placed. Applicability, how the relevant is behavior to type in which it is must be placed. Next one is implementation knowledge. That is, the implementation knowledge means thus the behavior implementation depends on internal details and types. So operations, that is, the operations is selected based on the reusability, complexity, applicability, and implementation knowledge. Next one, choosing the relationships. That is, after identifying the classes, identify the classes, where find the choosing the relationship among the classes and classes linked to selection of operations. That is, the first one is law of uh, Demeter, and it states that the method of class could not be depend on any way on the structure of any class except immediate structure of their own class, and each method should send the message to object belongs to every limited set of classes only. Law of determines the method, that is the method send, that is the method send the operation, the method uh, performing the operations within the class or it related class. And next one is mechanism. That is, the mechanisms deciding on the relation among the classes is mainly on matter of designing mechanisms whereby these objects interact. That is, the mechanism is the interaction between the objects. That is, in particular system, the interaction, that is the interaction the relationship among the objects is depends on the operations performed by the particular system. Next one is visibility. That is the visibility is it describe the visibility of interaction to whom it visible. So the visibility means only the visible, that is the visible interactions means only particular object is can be interacted with visible objects. So visible interaction, visibility of interaction is to whom it visible. So only particular objects, that is the particular objects means the related classes or the related objects can be visible. Next one, implementation. That is after finding the objects and implementation operations. That is now implementation means only after stabilize the stabilize outside u of a given class's objects. Now we are using inside u. It is a representation. It is the representation of class and object should among always be one, encapsulate, encapsulates the secrets of abstraction. So representation means the representation of the class, that is the attributes and operations. Next one is packing. That is the packing means the collection of classes, that is the classes belong to the particular system is collected, that is applying the package attempts to minimize the expected cost of software over its period of use. So role of classes and abstractions in analysis and design. And next one is build the quality of classes and abstracts and the metrics for quality of abstractions. Next operations, and next one is relationships, and next one is implementations. So next one is identify the classes and objects. That is they identify the classes and objects. The classes, that is the classes is classified uh, based on the modern approaches. That is the first classification is classical categorization, and next one is conceptual clustering, and next one is prototype theory. It is the classes, that is the classes are divided into three categories as is based on the classical and modern approaches. The first one is classical categorization, second one is conceptual clustering, and next one is prototype theory. So the classes and objects is identified based on the three categories. That is the first one is classical categorization. It is in classical approach to categorization, all the entities that have given property or the collection of the property in common form a category. It is here the categorization. It is the category means the all the entities, that is all the objects and class have a given property or the collection of properties in common form category. Such properties are necessary and sufficient to define the category. It is the category. It is the category means based on the properties. It is based on the properties or collection of the properties you can define the category. It is for example the married people is one category. It is the married people is one category. It is one of the either married or not. It is all married peoples are one category. It is here the married is property of sufficient to decide the group of particular persons belongs to. It is suppose students suppose the another example is category is gender, it is female or male. That is suppose students belongs to female one category and students belongs to male one category. Suppose in banking system accounts, that is the account saving account belongs to one category and current bank account belongs to one category. It is based on the category, it is based on the property we can classify the category of classes. Next second one is conceptual clustering. It is based on the concept. It is based on the concepts the classes divide into uh, the classes divide based on the conceptual clustering. That is the conceptual clustering is a modern variation of classical approach and largely derived from items explain how the knowledge is represented. And in this approach the classes are generated by computational concept description. That is the conceptual description. Here the classes are identified by the conceptual description of these classes and these classified the entities according to description. So for example, it is the for example, suppose you state that the concept CSE, it is the CSE is one concept, CSE department one concepts, CSE students belongs to one class. EC belongs to one class and EEE belongs to one class. This is the concept more than property. It is in clustering. It is in conceptual clustering, the classes are divided based on the conceptual description of these classes, and then classify entities according to description. So the conceptual clustering represents more of a probability clustering objects. Next one, prototype theory. It is the prototype theory means most of the classes, that is the most of the classes belongs to classical categorization or conceptual clustering. These two categories are sufficient to express the account for most of the classifications. Suppose for you need in design of complex software systems, there are some situations in which these approaches are not sufficient, that is inadequate. Inadequate means not sufficient. Suppose in some situations classical classification and conceptual clustering is not sufficient to divide the classes into different categories. In this situation we are using prototype situations, that is the prototype theory. That is prototype theory means suppose if any class, that is any class not divided into classical categorization or conceptual categorization, that classes belongs to prototype theory. This leads to more recent approach to classification is called prototype theory. That is suppose the classes not belongs to classical categorization and conceptual clustering is belongs to prototype. So there are three types of approaches. That is, there are three types of approaches to divide the classes, to identify the classes. The first one is classical. That is, the classical means based on the property. That is, based on the property, the classes is divided into classes are divided into different categories. Next one, conceptual clustering. That is, the conceptual clustering means based on the concept. That is, based on the concept. That is, the classes is divided into different categories. Suppose prototype theory. Suppose the classes not divided based on the first two categories belongs to prototype theory. Next one, object-oriented analysis. That is, the object-oriented analysis. In analysis, you seek to model the world, discovering classes and objects that form vocabulary of problems. So, in analysis, that is, analysis, you are identifying the classes and objects of a particular domain based on by vocabulary of problem domain. What is the vocabulary means the terminology used in particular domain. In design, that is in design we are investing means in design you are invest the abstractions and mechanisms that provide the behavior that this models requires. Okay, in object oriented analysis, first and in analysis we are identify the classes. That is, identify means discovering the classes and objects in the form of vocabulary of particular problem domain. So after identifying the classes, we are designing, it is designing the abstractions and mechanisms that provide the behavior that in these models required. So first one, classical approach. That is, the first one is classical approach. Second one is behavioral analysis. Third one is domain analysis, and fourth one is use case analysis, and fifth one is CRC cards. That is class relationships and collaboration cards. So first one is classical approach. That is, in this classical approach, that is, you call these approach classical because they derived from the principle of classical categorization. That is, the principle of classical categorization means categorization means the property. That is, the property of particular object. It is the property of particular class. Suppose the first one is tangible things. That is, the tangible things means suppose cars and sensors are tangible things. That is, second one is roles. That is the role of person. That is the role of person means that is mother, teacher, father, student. These are the roles. That is the roles. That is based on the property. It is tangible things is one property. It is cars